XFJ830 M15 External Research. How should the world independently examine XFJ830? Once governance protects evidence and research continuity, the next question is, how should external researchers independently examine XFJ830 itself? This is the next stage of the framework. XFJ830 should not be evaluated only by the people who developed it. External researchers should be able to examine definitions, evidence, methods, documentation, verification, continuity. The first question is whether the concepts are clear. Time carrier, verified duration, time asset, time value. The second is whether the evidence supports the proposed relationships. The third is whether the methods can be independently examined. The fourth is whether different disciplines can reach their own conclusions. This creates an important distinction. External research endorsement. A researcher can investigate XFJ830 without supporting it. An institution can study it without adopting it. A specialist can identify weaknesses without rejecting the entire framework. A new study can support, modify, or challenge an earlier conclusion. That is exactly why external research matters. The research process can therefore be XFJ830 proposition, external evidence, independent analysis, comparison, challenge, revision. This makes XFJ830 an open research subject rather than a closed system. External researchers may ask, does time carrier have a clear definition? What qualifies as verified duration? What evidence is sufficient? Can the evidence be independently reviewed? Does time asset add something different from existing asset concepts? Can time value be studied without confusing it with market price? These questions are not obstacles. They are the mechanism through which the framework can become stronger, or be shown where it needs improvement. XFJ830, therefore, does not need to prove that every part of its framework is already settled. It needs to make its claims, evidence, methods, and uncertainties clear enough for others to investigate. This leads to another important principle. Research should not end with agreement. It should continue through evidence, review, challenge, revision, further research. The central question of XFJ830 M15 is therefore, can XFJ830 remain open to independent research without controlling the conclusions that research produces? That is the boundary between presenting a framework and creating a framework that the outside world can genuinely test. And it leads to the next question. If different external researchers test XFJ830 using different methods, how can their findings be compared fairly? XFJ830 official website, 3w.xfj830.com. XFJ830 External Research Independent Verification Time Research Framework.